So this is 2012?
Yeah.
I can see, like, the Pony creator influence.
You can tell that some of these are just straight up Pony creator shots.
God, is this a Broken Wings story?
So cool! Cold even. I have
Oh
no
my
idea
God, I hate that voice.
Snowy during last year wrap up. Flying in winter is much better than.
I forgot what this guy sounds like.
I think they would sound better if they spoke their native language, actually.
It's literally Tommy Wiseau as a pony.
Like, if they just spoke their native language, I actually, like, probably would have liked that, because I wouldn't have understood it, but I would have implied the knowledge. Also, why is Calamity in this? Isn't he from Fallen Equestria? What is he doing here? He's just Calamity without wings, or if he had him, I couldn't see him.
This intro is pretty bad.
Yeah. Also, they misspelled original.
Actually, I didn't think anything of the intro, like that it was good or bad. I can't hear the music though, to be fair. They're too quiet.
An original episode.
Oh, wait a moment. I've heard this song before.
You have?
I have this on my iPod. I actually really liked this song because of how cheesy it was. It's by Aviators.
Hey, Diddle
It's a remix, but
What's
yeah.
up?
You still haven't cleared that hill yet?
Well, you know, time flies fast when I'm here.
Come on, Breeze Rider. What if the Denoir family says something?
The Genoas? Nah, they may own this land.
I like how they speak different
But we never see
languages.
them.
Like, they can't even pronounce things the same when they're speaking English.
Well,
each.
Mother.
Also, it's the Scarlet Devil Mansion from
It's been a
Toho.
long time
What are they
since
doing
she
here?
hasn't been around. Illusions can't do everything. One day they will return.
That fire is surprisingly
Until
well
then.
animated.
Yeah,
Guess I
it
have to
doesn't
grow up
fit
by
with the world
myself.
at all.
It looks like a GIF.
It's like they bought that effect there. They should have animated
After
it
all.
themselves.
Isn't that some special
It's
day?
almost like a collage. You know, like the pictures don't fit with everything else.
I'm turning 9 tonight. Happy birthday,
Exactly. It's like a bunch of mashed together assets that they just kind of don't. They just slightly don't fit each other.
Wait, he's only 9?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess ponies at this place only live to be like 20.
Surprisingly good singing.
Yeah, I'm scared the others are gonna sing now. Because they're not gonna be as good at it, and he's gonna make them stand out in that way.
Why is this music so bad?
Dude, yeah, if you just change the
I thought
power a
bronies
little
were
bit, this
supposed to be good at writing lyrics in music, but this is bad.
well, it's not. This isn't technically a song. He's just singing the exposition. There's a different word for that.
Fucking stupid. He's not even singing a song. He's just singing words.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. Like MLP does that too. So actually, it's like parodying MLP, which is funny to me.
This is the part where it gets stupid.
Like he's parodying Twilight here, which is funny.
Of course you do, my little one. Don't be afraid, for you are me.
The fuck? He has like an alter ego.
And we are just two friends to be. Oh,
This is Tulpa.
I am the price for those powers.
That's why they got a T and a circle on
That
their
is a
butt.
fact.
Yeah, at least his Tulpa has a cutie mark.
Body of ours, and don't go thinking you can fight back. I won't let you, you mean monster. I doubt that, friend. Just look at me. You're the student and I'm the master.
This is
So
giving
sit
me
down, freeze, and let me be.
uncomfortableness in my body.
Who do you think I am, you weakling? You are just a toy in my hoof. Oh,
Now,
magic
if I remember,
guy, I'm the king,
wasn't there
you're
like a
holding my
popular singer
history
behind this?
proof.
Oh my god, that face.
Whoever this guy is that's singing for the main character must have some sort of training.
I thought it was like Mando Pony or somebody.
Doesn't sound like Mondo Pony, but kinda. I don't think it's him though.
Turn off the lights, run away, hide yourself far, gallop and flee. I will catch you, you are my prey, powerless to stop what you say.
I like how they're almost like the Ukrainian flag colors. So I'm just imagining that the tulpa is Russia.
Hear my words and be afraid. There will soon be no place to hide from the shadows and the terror. They will all fall with darkness on.
Why do they live in the Scarlet Devil Mansion? It's just the Scarlet Devil Mansion from Toho.
I've got all the darkness on my side.
This has like a really bad plot behind it.
They even are summoning like vaguely red-colored mist, which is what they do in Toho.
Ah, Mr. Brave, how are you?
MLP Borny Aus.
Still working on that bridge above the river.
Glad to see you putting all those studies to good use.
The ponies just are like regular people
Friends
though.
and
Like they're normie ponies.
And modesty.
Oh, come on. You know I'm not like that.
I love the Borny part.
Otherwise, it is just to let you know.
It's just so funny to me.
Is him in perfect health. Amazing. What was that? It's
Acting
the
101.
It seems to be a big one.
ponies are flying everywhere.
What's going on?
What's going
We
on?
are doing what we can, but the wind is quite hard.
At this rate, the tempest is gonna damage all of Pony.
This is like if normal people were ponies, like this is the kind of shit they'd be saying as the world ends.
I have a feeling this wind is magical.
Iris, if the wind is magical, can you detect its source?
This is what happens when you give fanfiction people a camera.
From the forest.
All right. Stay safe, and I'll go and see what's happening.
Good luck.
The Pegasus.
I don't know why, but this gives me Final Fantasy vibes.
Little cute.
Mr. Brave, am I ever glad to see you? My friend Star Whistle's in here. Something's wrong. She
Oh, we got
doesn't
the
seem
Jewish
well.
pony here.
She's
She's like a Jewish tree hugger. A Jewish hippie.
Don't worry.
You can tell because she got the
Help out
Jewish
however I
star
can.
on.
Star, hang on, we're coming. Help me.
See, doesn't this give you Final Fantasy vibes?
That, yeah, right there, yeah.
I'm here to help. What's wrong?
More like Pokemon almost. They're using
She has
Dusk.
no control. This has to stop.
Tornado 3, watch out. Air 3, deadly. Oh, he's Kirito from Sword Art Online.
Like, cackles her.
Rape.
I know, right? I was like, oh god, where is this going? Oh fuck, did he like actually rape her right there? Like, he just like did something, but we didn't see it on camera.
What happened?
And she doesn't remember it? Oh my god. He like actually raped her. What the fuck?
Is any pony wounded?
Is any pony wanting to hear a joke?
Everything is fine, officer.
And then she lies to the police.
Everything's fine, officer.
I was asked to
after being raped. What the fuck? Why is this a rape story now?
I just don't know what happened.
Because, like, he wasn't close enough to hug her.
Everything's fine now. Let's see that ring now.
Hey, isn't that the crest of the Dinwa?
Isn't that the crest of the Dinwa?
Maybe we should pay them.
I like how everyone pronounces it a different way. Like, for some reason, no one can say the name of this family. Like, they are obviously trying, and when they do succeed, it's spelled differently in the subtitles.
I like the GPS pony.
It was magical, so I was asked to test it. I tried it, but I don't remember after.
Well, apparently whatever happens with this magical artifact, it allows people to rape you.
You're sure? I'm not so sure about this. This isn't very natural.
I fucking.
It's literally a reddish-blue mist, bro.
I want
This
to
is Total
strangle the
5.
Pegasus.
Here goes.
The voice is super annoying.
Bro, it even has the lightning. This is literally the Scarlet Devil Mansion.
They're trying way too hard to make him a Rainbow Dash pony.
Yeah,
This one's
and
supposed
he,
to be Rainbow Dash, the, like, brave one.
and he doesn't have the stupidness of Rainbow Dash. He just has the cheekiness, which like makes it even worse.
I don't think
I'm
Rainbow
not sure
Dash
what
is
we're gonna
stupid.
find.
She's naive.
Dude, she says shit like 20% cooler. And like
Yeah,
maybe
she's
you
not
can make an,
thinking that far
you can make an
ahead.
argument that she's being ironic or whatever, but
No, she's just not thinking that far
Royal
ahead.
guard, show yourself.
well, that's
There's a
stupid.
difference between low wisdom and low intelligence. But let's watch this.
Stop it, guys, please. We have better matters to attend to.
Okay, so, like, who's the guard supposed to be? Is he just, like, Spike and Shining Armor combined?
Probably.
Because I don't know if Shining Armor was out based on... Well, we might have been.
Obviously, this one is Unicorn Fluttershy.
Put there.
Oh, the nurse, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like, Nurse
Right.
Redheart and Fluttershy together.
Yes, I was.
Why are they all, like,
Animals
different
they took care of
countries?
outside,
Like, they're, like, British.
Much better now.
That's a relief. Do you think the others are alright as well?
I like how the bird's not moving at
so.
all now.
Some
Oh, it's much better.
this-
It's dead.
So, the source of the spell is behind that door? Well,
Wait, you're just going to break the door and shout. Let me try.
This is my favorite part.
Hello?
What?
An even worse idea. Oh, and then it's just like the Time Lord guy pony.
Jesus
He's
fucking Christ.
freaking.
Royal Guard, free!
He's the Time Lord pony against Dr. Hooves.
It's so cliche.
Freeze? I'm way too evil for that. Sounds dangerous.
Oh my god, dude.
Freeze?
Dude,
I'm way
Bro,
too
they're
evil
like
for
little
that.
kids. They're like little kids, bro. They're like 5. Like if they were all 5 years old. I mean, he is 9, right? So like if the rest of these guys are 5, I believe it.
You want my scepter? Catch it.
Like I think if I put 5-year-olds and made them fight the Scarlet Devil Mansion, this might actually happen.
Why did they make the ponies like have like realistic time lifespans? Like, you just
Is
you
his
just
name really Donut Steel?
Donuts.
She's steel
you
colored and they
just-
called him that.
In
fucking
control.
horses are.
Powers.
This is the dawn of darkness.
And out of nowhere,
Ah!
Well, he was not with them
It
before.
works. Cool. See?
Didn't foresee that. Maybe
Bro,
there's a
yeah, it's
spell
like a bunch of 5-year-olds taking on the 9-year-old.
Maybe another time. Star,
Oh, is that easy?
the spell just stopped.
The bell when Reese took the scepter away. Do you think it's like a ring?
My head.
Wait, he's still evil
What
up here.
happened?
Well, everything began a few hours ago. Then he woke up.
I see. Well,
Hmm.
I still feel a little tired.
Since I'm obviously cured,
You should go back to your occupations.
I'll be fine.
I talk this way.
Really?
This is how I talk when I want to fool somebody, maybe. And since he's like twice as old.
Princess will have to be informed.
Lying
There's nothing to
100.
see here. Go back home.
Rest. Don't look so well.
Will do. Bye.
See you later.
Oh, I'm pretty sure we'll see each other again.
Can't believe this. I've only been here for 2 days, and I'm already bored beyond belief. So, keeper of the earth. This isn't real guard work. I should be out there, helping everyone. Like with Iridescence and the others. Now that was teamwork. Must have been a cat or something.
He's like an NPC from
Real
freaking
stand-up.
the Elder
I believe
Scrolls.
Brave and the others would have been able to catch Breeze and the Scepter unless I'd seen it with my own eyes. And then, Star heads back into Ponyville to start repairing the houses. The rest head back to their various works. I bring my report and the Scepter
This
back
hallway
to
is too long.
I like the numerology of this hallway actually, like, because it has 8 guard uniforms, so like it's actually telling you with numbers. He's just walking around the same area.
All this walking is driving me crazy. How long is this corridor anyway? The princess said she had to reflect on the events in these.
Where the fuck is he walking?
I don't understand.
Nowhere. He's just in an infinity
Everything's
loop.
always so.
Yeah.
It tells you that with the number of guard uniforms. It's actually really clever.
With everything that's going on, I could just walk by the elements of harmony like some kind of dream, and I wouldn't even bat an eye. Huh?
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 What the hey? I'm no expert in magic, but I should probably report that to Princess Celestia.
Okay, well, they're gonna have to move pretty fast, because they've only got about 2.5 minutes left if
I
they
hope
want to
she'll
use
give
the
me a
elements
real
or anything.
audience this time.
Thank you for going with me, Mr. Brave. I'm really not that
I really
comfortable
don't
in a
like
big
the
town.
walking animations they have.
So, do you know why
Yeah, those are deeply disconcerting. Like the fucking one where he's running over the hill.
Yeah.
For something even worse. What did I
They
do?
can't even like make it look like a different angle. It's just
Something I have done, but
I mean, this
something
is the
happened.
hardest way, I think, to animate a pony
In
walking.
any
It's
case,
just straightforward,
Must see this.
to be fair. Like, I'm not saying they did a good job, but I'm saying that, to be fair, that is the hardest thing to animate.
Okay, now
Yeah.
I'm terrified.
Especially because they don't have a lot of depth to them, and this is like
In
pre
retrospect, I think I should've
season
guessed
3.
things weren't right. I mean, in the end, I tried to walk to the problem and bash it.
Jesus, it's over.
So out of 10, what would you rate that?
Good solution.
And it was never
Actually-
continued.
Actually, the fact that it's never continued, I'm gonna watch the end of this. I actually think this is a really good horror movie. Like a horror short, like, this is like, I like, if I watched this and you told me it was a horror movie, I would enjoy it.
Really?
As a horror. Like, as nothing, if it's nothing else, if it's just specifically a horror movie, I could understand it, because you sort of have this, like, I have no mouth and I must scream thing going on with the original first character, who's like 9, we're told. Well, even if Pony's only lived to be 20, he still probably only has the maturity of a 9-year-old, and he's, like, observing these things happening. And everyone else is just like, you know, like, that letter at the end is like, it's like the apocalypse note, like, where you, like, show up after everyone's dead, because they obviously didn't fix the issue.
Uh-huh.
And, like, it's just this last survivor who had enough time to, like, write down why they failed, but not enough to tell you how. And you're just like, what the fuck happened here? And then you have that shot at the end where it's the other guy trapped. Like, if he had just been able to overcome his, like, altar, he probably, none of that would have happened. simply because he just couldn't, like, overcome himself. Like, actually, like, work together with it. Like, he chose to fight. And because of that, everything fell apart. And there wasn't anybody else that could help him or, like, help themselves.
Uh-huh.
Like, I think there's a lesson to be learned there. Like, when one person in a world fights themselves, it kind of makes things fall apart. Like, so, I mean, you could even have, like, the opposite happen, where, like, one person won't fight themselves, and just, like, things deteriorate around them. So, I think this is, like, that's what makes it a horror movie, is that, like, you have this, and it's why people wouldn't like it. You have this show that's, like, very normal, and things keep getting less and less normal. Like, you have things that look about right, and then it's just like borderline uncanny valley. But then you have things that are correct and aren't uncanny valley, and they keep falling one by one into uncanny valley.
Huh.
So you just have like these pieces falling down, and then you have like this existential terror right at the end that this other dude was like watching all of this happen in his head because he's trapped against this window. Like, consider that. Like, you have this, like, really nice world that apparently he was removed from, and, like, he just refuses to, like, fight this darkness, or even get along with it or something. Like, he's just having conflict with it. He's not even, like, fighting. If he was at least fighting, he would have a chance to overcome it. So it's the story of this character failing, apparently by no fault of their own, and then we just have things, dominoes are just dropping off the table. They're not even setting off other dominoes. At least that's fun to watch. Just like elements of the world are disappearing and not working and stuff. And then for a second, it seems like everything's okay. And then they realize it's not going to work because they never continue the story. Like, they reached this, like, point where the horror was overwhelming because the ponies couldn't deal with it. You created this world where it's just uncomfortable. And I think that's why people really don't like it. Because despite the quality of it, I think it is the genre of it. And to be honest, people like horror movies because they know at the end of the horror movie it's not real. This is a case where this looks like a production that the fandom would make at this time, and it seems legit, and then there's nothing legitimate about it, and it just keeps getting less and less legitimate. But it's not like a scare, like a jump scare or something, like an 80s slasher film. It's just this creeping existential horror of things being very, very, very wrong, and then there's no conclusion. There's no release from it. There's no falling action. There's no resolution. There's no continuation. It's just suddenly they're stuck in this horrifying situation without resolution, and everything has gotten horrible and like it's bad or just strange. That's a good horror movie. That's you call this like the pony version of The Room. Like, that's what's so unsettling about The Room, is The Room has this sort of like situation that on its basis the plot could happen. Guy has successful life, and it's a lot like this movie actually. Guy has successful life, something happens, or there's some problem, problem needs to get resolved, and of course in The Room, kind of like this, in this, what is this even fucking called? You have Dusk's Dawn. Like, you have the same sort of thing going on. It's a situation where so many people could have handled things differently, and just seemingly due to a complete lack of caring, intelligence, or characterization, don't do that. And then things fall apart, and no one ever says that it's okay. This is the kind of horror that keeps people up at night. That thought that maybe, just maybe, like, you're living in a horror world, and that there's nothing after the end. That's terrifying to people. And you're seeing it play out here with something that is, like, interesting little ponies, but the moment they start talking, like the moment even like you start seeing some serious animation, you know something's wrong. And that's set up really good with the bunny at first, because like the bunny actually looks like it could literally be Angel. Like if you saw somebody animate that and it was just that part, you might be able to be like, oh, that's just somebody drew Angel Bunny, that's cool. Even when the pony has shown up, you still have like, I mean, before he starts really talking too much, like if you cut that part out and just saw Angel getting covered with snow, like you might even be like, oh, that's hilarious, you know, because he's an asshole. and MLP, you know, he's a real jerk. All right, farewell. But yeah, this is a horror movie. This is a MLP horror movie.
You're like
And
the only
I think
person that I've seen that has had this viewpoint, and it's actually really interesting.
Like you're slowly watching things fall apart. That and just like the room, that happens. No, you might not know this, but originally in the room there was supposed to be something that happened at the end, and they cut this out. And I feel like this would be the conclusion to this, so I want to include it. In the room, after Tommy has died and stuff and everything, everybody has left mourning. At the last moment, he is supposed to jump up and reveal that he is a vampire. And then he leaves.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So really, that, I think, is the conclusion of this, is that you have a sort of, like, they might take the elements and then they lose. Like, and no one wants to see that. Like, if people see these other ponies, even, like, say whatever you will about this video, no one wants to see the moment where they go and fail, and then the bad guy wins. Like, you're just not allowed to show that in this world in any media. The only time you can show a bad guy win is if they weren't the bad guy, or they had questionable morals or something. Like, the villain in this is just completely unlikable. They are just literally a villain. Straight up. They possess this other guy's body and are just fucking stuff up. There's no redeeming qualities to this darkness. It didn't even exist until apparently this guy was 9. And, like, then it immediately proceeds to blow the world up. You know, you have a freaking situation here where it's stuff that people can't handle that. Apparently they couldn't even handle to finish it that way. But if they wanted to be, like, true to the room but ponies, that's how you would have done it. And sure enough, like, with the room, that part was cut. They wouldn't let Tommy film it. This, they don't fulfill that with filling it. You, the only thing people seem to like less than a horror movie is a horror movie where there is an ending, and then it's not the ending they want. No one walks out of a theater or a YouTube page and says, I feel good about that.
It's like the alternative ending for Little Shop of Horrors that got cut because people didn't like it. Have you seen?
Heard that. I haven't heard that one. I know there's a few different endings for it.
Yeah, there's an ending where, like, the original ending was where, like, the plants started having, like, offspring and took over the world. That originally got cut. And so they made it where, like, you know, of course, I think he either, like, kills the plant or does something with it and marries the girl, yada, 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 you know, happy.
Well,
ending.
like, I mean, look at this, like, what the darkness is doing. Like, there were dark ponies starting to walk around. You know, basically they were shadow people ponies. And they started walking around, and that one scene in the forest, like, as he was summoning the darkness, so, like, you literally had shadows coming to take over and live in the world. Like, so, I mean, you kind of have the same thing going on there.
Yeah.
Because conceivably, if, you know, there's no light there, you'd be able to maybe see the shadows. Even in this world, like, when we have people who have hallucinations or paranormal experiences, shadow people, other than maybe God, is literally the most common one, and it transcends all cultures. And as far as we know, all peoples and backgrounds. Those seem to be the only two things that are seen, are these shadowy shapes of people, which we believe is the brain sort of trying to make shapes out of what it can't comprehend. And typically they don't have faces. There's a different term for that. It's called pareidolia, which is where you see faces and things that don't have faces. That's different. But this is specifically just human shapes of people walking around that are not human or there. Now the interesting thing about this is that, and I relate this to this specifically, because I think this is a very interesting attribute, is that you have this other individual that's just like this normal pony, but he's all wrong, and he takes over his body. I think that the thing is that with shadow people, in that moment for the person, they will have an experience, be it paranormal or be it hallucination or whatever, but we can actually induce this with drugs. In that moment, the person can have interactions with the shadow person and tell us about them afterwards if they remember, and they will mimic the nerve responses from interacting with that person. A common one that is seen with drug users is they will see like shadow spiders or stuff that will bite them, and they'll be like, the spiders can actually hurt you. That's true, actually. We have found people who get bit by that will show the pain receptors of such things. They obviously aren't physically injected with toxin, but they will still feel that pain. So when this other character is saying he has the darkness at his command, he literally seemingly has the power to manipulate the not world. He could be possessing ponies and stuff. All they seemingly need is a gateway. And since they never resolve the conflict of getting rid of him, they have it. Like, he's just gotta wait. He's just gotta sit around and wait for it to happen. And, like, they go off to, like, fix the problem now, and then, like, it's too late. Because, like, they didn't do anything. They didn't hit him with the power of friendship right there. Like, they're just like, oh, problem solved. Okay, fine, bye. Like, maybe if they would have hung around even for, like, another minute, they would have been like, something seem off to you? Like, I mean, I know the ponies don't seem that intelligent, but they're intelligent enough we know they would have done it.
I'm probably going to end the video recording here, by the way.
I just want to say before you do that, this is what happens in a world where you can do something right and everyone chooses not to. You have a horror story. All right.